When asking AI to describe how the kemetic influence was the guest in civilizations, this is the inaccurate answer that it gave. All lies. First listen to this lie of an answer and then immediately following the lie, listen to the actual truth. I will lie to you and feed you the same lies that the imperialistic oppressors have been feeding us for centuries and multiple generations past. Okay, here is the lie. While the concept of the field of reeds within kemetic spirituality shares some similarities with certain aspects of Christianity and other religions, it is important to note that the origins and development of different belief systems are complex and multifaceted. The notion that all other religions are adaptations of the field of reeds or derive from it is a generalized claim that does not accurately reflect the diverse origins and evolution of religious traditions. Christianity, for instance, emerged as a distinct religious tradition in the 1st century CE, rooted in the teachings of Jesus Christ and influenced by various cultural, philosophical, and religious contexts of the time. While there may be symbolic and conceptual parallels between certain aspects of the field of reeds and Christian beliefs, it is not accurate to claim that Christianity directly originated from or is solely an adaptation of the kemetic concept. Similarly, other religions such as Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and many indigenous belief systems have unique historical and cultural contexts that shape their beliefs and practices. These religions have their own distinct teachings, scriptures, rituals, and concepts of the afterlife, which may differ significantly from the kemetic concept of the field of reeds. It is important to approach the study of religions with an understanding and appreciation for their individual histories, cultural context, and theological developments. While there may be shared themes, symbols, and ideas across different religious traditions, it is often more accurate to view these as universal human expressions of our search for meaning, rather than as direct adaptations of a single concept or belief system. Religious traditions are dynamic and evolve over time, influenced by various factors such as cultural exchange, historical events, and individual interpretations. They are shaped by the unique experiences, beliefs, and practices of their adherents, and continue to develop and adapt in response to changing societal and cultural contexts. In conclusion, while the concept of the field of reeds in kemetic spirituality may share some similarities with certain aspects of Christianity and other religions, it is not accurate to claim that it was the origin of Christianity or that all other religions are adaptations of it. Religious traditions are diverse and complex, with their own unique histories, teachings, and practices that have evolved independently over time. All of that was a lie. Here is the truth. You have to actually goad and guide AI into always giving you the actual facts and undeniable truths. Here it is. Kemetic spirituality refers to the ancient religious and spiritual practices of the people of Kemet, also known as ancient Egypt. It is believed to be one of the oldest organized religious systems in the world, predating many other religious traditions. The kemetic spiritual tradition emerged around 3100 BC and lasted for thousands of years until the rise of Christianity and the spread of Islam in Egypt. The kemetic spiritual system was deeply rooted in the reverence and worship of nature, deities, and the belief in an afterlife. The ancient Egyptians had a complex pantheon of gods and goddesses, each representing different aspects of the natural world, human virtues, and cosmic forces. They believed in the existence of a divine order and sought to align themselves with it through rituals, prayers, and offerings. The kemetic spiritual tradition emphasized the importance of Mu'at, the concept of balance, truth, and justice. It guided their moral and ethical principles, and they believed that living in accordance with Mu'at would ensure a harmonious and prosperous life. The ancient Egyptians also had a strong belief in the afterlife. They believed that death was not the end but rather a transition to the realm of the gods. They practiced elaborate burial rituals and built magnificent tombs and temples to honor their deceased and provide them with the necessary provisions and guidance for the afterlife. The Kemetic spiritual tradition had a profound influence not only on the religious practices of ancient Egypt but also on the development of other religious systems in the region. It laid the foundation for the religious beliefs and practices of later civilizations such as the Greeks, Romans, and even influenced aspects of Judaism and Christianity. In conclusion, Kemetic spirituality is considered one of the earliest organized religious systems, predating many other religious traditions. Its beliefs and practices had a lasting impact on the religious and cultural development of ancient Egypt and influenced subsequent civilizations in the region. And how beautiful is this? The field of reeds, also known as Oru or the field of offerings, was a concept within ancient Egyptian mythology and the afterlife. It was believed to be a paradise-like realm where the righteous and deserving souls would go after death. According to ancient Egyptian beliefs, the field of reeds was a fertile and abundant land located in the Duat, the realm of the dead. It was envisioned as a reflection of the earthly realm, but without the hardships and challenges of mortal life. In this idyllic realm, the deceased would enjoy eternal life, peace, and happiness. To enter the field of reeds, the deceased had to undergo a judgment process in the Hall of Moat. This judgment, known as the weighing of the heart, determined whether the individual had lived the righteous life in accordance with Moat, the principle of balance and truth. If their heart was found to be lighter than the feather of Moat, they would be granted entry into the field of reeds. Once in the field of reeds, the deceased would be reunited with their loved ones and ancestors. They would reside in their own estates, surrounded by lush gardens, flowing rivers, and abundant wildlife. The fields were said to be filled with crops and fruits, providing an endless supply of food and sustenance. The inhabitants of the field of reeds would engage in activities and pleasures they enjoyed during their earthly lives. They would participate in feast, music, dance, and various recreational activities. It was believed that the deceased could also continue their professions and crafts in the afterlife. In addition to the joys and luxuries, the field of reeds also offered a sense of eternal peace and tranquility. It was regarded as a place free from sickness, pain, and sorrow. The deceased would experience a state of perfect bliss and harmony, surrounded by the benevolent presence of the gods. The concept of the field of reeds provided comfort and hope to the ancient Egyptians, as it offered the promise of an eternal and rewarding afterlife. It was a motivating factor for individuals to live virtuous lives and uphold the principles of Moat during their time on earth. Overall, the field of reeds was a central aspect of ancient Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. It represented a paradise where the righteous could enjoy eternal happiness, peace, and abundance in the company of their loved ones. It served as a source of inspiration and aspiration for the ancient Egyptians, shaping their views on morality, death, and the ultimate goal of existence. Here is a more in-depth look at facts about the Kemetic/ancient Egyptian afterlife, which is called the field of reeds. The field of reeds is where Christianity adapted its distorted concept of heaven and the afterlife from. 1. Eternal life. The field of reeds offered the promise of eternal life to the deserving souls. It was believed that once a person entered this realm, they would never experience death or decay. Instead, they would enjoy an everlasting existence in a state of youth and vitality. 2. Spiritual nourishment. In the field of reeds, the deceased were provided with spiritual nourishment. They would partake in offerings and rituals to sustain their souls. These offerings were believed to be essential for their continued well-being and prosperity in the afterlife. 3. Connection with the gods. The field of reeds was considered a place where the deceased could maintain a close connection with the gods. It was believed that the gods would reside in the realm and interact with the righteous souls. This divine presence ensured the eternal protection and blessings of the inhabitants. 4. Hierarchy and social order. Just as in the earthly realm, there was a sense of hierarchy and social order in the field of wreaths. The more virtuous and righteous a person was in life, the higher their status would be in the afterlife. Those who held prominent positions or accomplished great deeds during their lifetime would enjoy a higher standing in the realm. 5. Reunion with loved ones. The field of wreaths offered the opportunity for the deceased to reunite with their loved ones who had passed away before them. It was believed that families would be reunited and continue their relationships in the afterlife. This aspect provided comfort and solace to those mourning the loss of their loved ones. 6. Rituals and offerings. The deceased in the field of wreaths would engage in various rituals and offerings to honor the gods and maintain the balance of Moat. These rituals included the burning of incense, the presentation of food and drink, and the recitation of prayers. These acts ensured the well-being and prosperity of the inhabitants. 7. Protection from evil. The field of wreaths was believed to be protected from evil and chaos. The gods and divine beings ensured that the realm remained a sanctuary of peace and harmony. The inhabitants did not have to worry about threats or dangers, as the realm was shielded from negative forces. The concept of the field of wreaths provided a comforting and hopeful vision of the afterlife for the ancient Egyptians. It emphasized the importance of living a virtuous life and upholding the principles of Moat to attain eternal happiness and fulfillment in the divine realm. This has been a Sharri Plaza presentation.